I'm here with Micheal today, and Micheal, you first contacted me in May 2024. The main reasons why, in your mind, why you wanted to do the course.
Wanted a change in my whole mindset, I guess. I was creating a lot of unhelpful beliefs and driving and pumping into a lot of unhelpful thoughts around that time. I saw that the Thrive program was obviously something different. I know, I guess, when I first did meet you, I was a bit cautious and it was a bit kind of skeptical of the whole thing. But once you take that plunge and that challenge to say, look, you're gonna change things and you're gonna take accountability for yourself and you buy into the whole program, I would say it was definitely part of the reason why I wanted to do it.
And when you say you were feeding into a lot of unhelpful thoughts and thinking, can you be more specific? What type of thoughts, what type of thinking, what type of areas were you struggling most with?
Down to having the psychoeducation and having that insight, I would say part of the reason why is because I didn't know or didn't have any insight into why I might be thinking a certain way. At the outset, there's a lot of learned helplessness and a lot of thoughts about are built into, I guess, low self-esteem,
Okay.
low social confidence, not really challenging myself or taking myself out of my comfort zone and sort of, I'd
Okay.
say, like a lot of people having those perfectionist tendencies that pumping and pumping into beliefs and worrying and overthinking about situations and brooding on situations and why do you not think this or why you didn't say that or
Yeah.
what could you have done there and just those sort of thoughts and those beliefs, and it was obviously a snowball effect. The accountability is on you throughout the program and how it's completely different from any kind of, counseling or CBT kind of sessions or anything. I was skeptical just in terms of it kind of seems too good to be true, this program.
Is that something,
Um,
Micheal, that you were a bit anxious or fearful of, like having to look at yourself and be accountable and explore your mind and learn the psychoeducation? Was that something that you were thinking, like, that's going to go into the grey area there, and I've never been there before, and I don't know what that's like? Was that something that you're a bit
yeah,
fearful of?
absolutely. That's probably what a large part of it was, looking and having those sensible conversation with yourself and saying,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be out of my comfort zone a bit here. I'm gonna
When you did start the program and you started coming to your weekly sessions, how did it compare? How did the reality of what the program was like compare with what you thought it was going to be like?
in terms of those daunting thoughts I'd been giving myself, it wasn't in any way daunting, you
Good.
sat down with yourself and it started to become apparent you're there with, like-minded people and people wanting to, share their experiences as well. And that obviously all helped. And,
Yeah.
the way you structured it as well, your insights and, you broke down bit by
Did you think it was going to be like where I'm going to have to offload here, or do you think we're going to be around the circle? Because when I remember when I did mention doing the first 6 weeks in a class, it was something that you were a little bit apprehensive about.
you just imagine it to be sort of this counseling sort of ideal and everybody's gonna talk out their problems and everything's gonna be solved within those sort
Yeah.
of talks and all your problems are going away. But it wasn't the Thrive program wasn't sort of built on that and it structured in a 12-week way to for you to buy into it obviously. And in one of the videos it talks about thriving as an attitude towards your life, and I think I have a much better attitude now in terms of
Brilliant.
day to day and week to week and so on. So mental health is sort of on a alongside your physical health, and in terms of that, now getting into running and fitness much more and
Yeah.
having that accountability with eating the right foods, and I think that's all been as a part of Thrive.
Honestly, do you think that if you didn't do the Thrive program that you would have started the running?
No, I would say it's highly unlikely into my comfort zone in that way. And if you had a said to me even, pre-drive and that you gonna run or would have looked at you or laughed at you, said you must be joking, but no, I'm enjoying it and actually wanting to get out to do it. And you might listen to a drive video or whatever, but you're sort of in that headspace of, challenging yourself and, you might feel tired or so on, but you're saying you have more to give and that element of it as well. And that's definitely something I wouldn't have even, as I said, considered doing pre-drive, So if there's anyone out there that's sort of doubtful or in two minds, about joining the program or they've saw some elements of the program and they're sort of not sure, I would say, jump at it and grab it with both hands because um, through yourself and through that structured approach, it'll definitely work for you if you have that accountability and that mindset to want to change, So.
Well done, Micheal, and keep up the good work.